Hi, welcome back to Geekatplay's poser tutorials for beginners. In this lesson we're going to talk about hair and how to load hair and adjust it to fit your model. So we're going to go in here, we're going to select and delete the Simon figure. And I'm going to load up the alien business figure. You can do this with any figure. If you'd like to purchase the alien business figure, again, you can pick that up at Geekatplay.com on the content store. Alright, now that we have our figure in the scene, I'm going to come in here and load our hair. And again, you can do this with any hair. I'm going to use a rather amusing hair, one that I just have on hand. But again, you can use any hair set. And basically, they all work about the same. This one has a lot of morphs that we can play with in the next tutorial, so that's why I'm using it. And you can see we have it loaded in, but it's not the right size by default. It's not in the right place. It's built for Victoria 4, which is a DAS product. But we can make it fit our figure. We're gonna scale it up, make it the right size. It's getting close to make sure that we should probably move it into position. Looks like it's about in position. Let's move it back a little bit. And actually, let's scale it along the X. Oh, that's too much. Maybe we'll do a full scale again. And move it down a little bit some more. It's getting real close now. I think we should scale it some more. Getting real close now. Actually, let's scale it along. The x-axis and then down. Let's move it down on the y-axis again. There we go. Now we've got this cute little sassy number on our alien business figure. It's kind of fun. This hairstyle loads as a smart prop would. If you remember in one of our previous tutorials, we talked about smart props and how they load pre-parented to a piece of the figure. This specific one loads pre-parented to the head, so it came in parented to the head, and you can see that when I move the head around, it follows. If it's not pre-parented, if it's not a smart prop, you can go up here, go into your hierarchy editor, and you can come in and look for, okay, it should be under the head. Okay, it's right there. If it's not, the best way to figure out what it's parented to is to look for it right here, and you'll be able to see it as it has a little bit different icon there. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to select it and drag it to whatever you'd like it to be parented to. Right now I've just parented it to the abdomen, and so you see that now it doesn't follow the head, but it does follow the abdomen. But we don't like that, so actually we're going to change that back. Let's select that back. I don't think you actually have to select it, but and we'll come down and find it. There it is. So if you select it, it highlights it, as you can see. So we're going to click and drag, move it up, back up to the head, and close out the hierarchy editor. And you can see it's on there. Sassy little number on our alien business figure. And we can apply some poses to make sure it's following properly. Maybe we'll do some business poses. Or maybe, yeah, we'll do some business poses. And we'll do some walking business poses. We'll do walking with a briefcase. So it looks like it's following pretty well. We can use the poses that we have saved in our pose dots as well. Looks pretty good. Let's try one of the more extreme poses just to make sure everything's hunky-dory. We'll go in here to fighting. There's one. Looks pretty good. Alright, so let's select actually one of our other poses. And maybe we don't quite like the way it sits on the head. Maybe we want to actually make the back of the hair kind of flush with the back of the head. So maybe we'll just come in here and make sure we have this selected. We're going to collapse our sidebar. Make sure you have that hair selected. And we're going to rotate along the x-axis. The x-axis is, as in terms of body, would be left to right. And the y-axis would be up and down. And the z-axis would be in and out. So front to back. So we're going to rotate along the x-axis. There we go. And I think actually we'll need to scale it on Z this way. Maybe move it up and back, and we're actually going to, oh, you know what, you can't click in the viewport and drag it because it's parented, which means that it'll modify these connected groups if you click and drag. So you'll want to use these sliders when you're moving around the hair. Or, we don't have to. We could actually come up here into the hierarchy editor and parent it to the universe, which means it doesn't really have a parent except for the scene. And then we can move it, we can free move it like that. Get it into the position that we want. That looks pretty good. And come back up here. Go to the hierarchy editor. Find it down here. And then drag it right back up into onto our head. And then it's parented again. And we'll run it through a couple poses just to make sure. Yep, looks good. Okay, so it looks pretty good. Now is probably a good time to save your scene. So we'll come up here. I've actually forgot to save my scene, quite a few times in the recent past. So let's save it as don't forget. And really, with a hairstyle like that on a figure like this, how can you forget? That's really quite stunning. Thank you for watching this tutorial from Geekatplay Studios. Please visit us on the internet at posatutorials.net for more upcoming videos. I'm Geek at Large Jared Buchanan. Thank you.